Well, the government has a new tactic now to enforce certain views on climate change, and its first target is Exxon Mobil. New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman is investigating Exxon, claiming the company intentionally misled shareholders by supporting research that was skeptical about global warming. Here with his take on the merits of the investigation, Seth Berenzweig. So, Seth, is the Attorney General of New York really concerned about stockholders, or is he just trying to make a political statement about climate change?
Well, it's probably both. This started out initially as an investigation about shareholder rights and the adequacy of regulatory disclosures about regulatory risk. So at the beginning of this, it was really a lot more tame. But we're getting into a deeper and darker realm here because they're going deeper into the hornet's nest and they're raising the question on this subpoena about whether there was purposeful deception within the hallways of Exxon Mobil.
But the deception is based on the idea that a lot of other people support, that there's some of the hysteria over global warming was wrong.
That's right, and there could be several people on this broadcast that could really take a lot of different views, and it's certainly a very controversial, unclear area. However, the question in the subpoena, and it's still very early, is whether there's evidence demonstrating, palpable evidence demonstrating that the company purposefully deceived investors and the public,
but again,
knowing that there was evidence.
Right, but if you're purposely deceiving, that implies that you're saying something that you know is not true. In this case, they think it is true. They think a lot of the hysteria about global warming is wrong, has been proven wrong, and is wrong in its predictions about the future.
So says the company. However, there are allegations that Exxon Mobil also funded research from somebody, for example, at the Smithsonian Institution, without disclosing and without that person disclosing that he was going on a certain path, whereby there were other scientists within Exxon Mobil that might have had beliefs to the contrary. I don't disagree with you that this is definitely far from exact science, and there have been regulatory disclosures in that direction. But that's if they go into the wrong pivot point and there's problematic evidence, it could open up additional windows of liability.
Yeah, but in the end, I think the company is free because of the First Amendment. The company is free to choose whatever source of study they think has more value. And the company, frankly, looks like it's just in trouble for supporting the views of something the government disagrees with. That's scary.
And that's a fair point. But if it has to be truthful and accurate, when you're making public disclosures to investors and when you're making public disclosures to government officials, there are laws regulating whether or not that's something that you really need to stand by. So I don't disagree with you that this is going to be, something that the company will definitely aggressively stand by. But if there's evidence demonstrating purposeful concealment and it's too early to say, then it really could be a big cloud over the company's head.
It's going to go to the Supreme Court. There's no question about it, if it does go into the court. Seth Berenzweig, thank you very much. Good to see you. Appreciate it.